Hello YouTube, Aaron again. It's time for me to switch from summer mode to winter mode in terms of my shooting setup. So I wanted to share that with you as I do it. Well, maybe I should do a video on this to show you my setup. I've already done the video, of course, going for me, let me explain that first, from daytime shooting in the summertime, except for a little night shooting I do. Just messing around, to wintertime shooting involves a totally different setup of scope and everything, because I'm going to scope cam now for infrared or night vision. In order to do that, there's a number of things I need to do. And some of you might be interested in seeing how I set this up. I know I talked about it a little bit before, and the things you need to do it. What I decided to do this year was to go put night visioning on my Wildcat, while leaving my impact set up for day shots, but adding a flashlight so that I could shoot at night, which I sometimes do in the summer anyway. I'll talk about that setup a little bit too. But let's just get started on what I do to prep, set up for my night vision shooting. The things I need. Alright, first of all, the first thing I have to do is I have to take off the summertime scope setup. So that just involves, of course, just unloosening a few parts back here, which I've already done, and sliding that scope off. That scope is now put up for the year. I've marked my exact place on here, so when I put it back on in the spring, it'll be right back on zero. Now for my night vision setup, there's a number of things I need. Okay, first of all, I'm going to need, because this is dovetail and everything else is Picatinny, I need a converter, and this is a riser that is a converter that will slide onto here and allow me to make it into Picatinny. Now I'm not going to tighten everything down completely right now, but I will snug it up enough that it won't give me any problems as we go through this process. So I slide this on now. This is now Picatinny. Now the whole idea of what I need to do is my normal camera, setup is the scope is in this position. I now need to move that scope forward to the point where it's at the end of the barrel. And the reason for that is because I cannot hold that camera this close to my eye and see what I'm shooting at. So I need to get it out and away from my body, but yet I still want to be able to hold it in the shooting position. How I do that is this. First of all, I got this riser in there. I already pushed it forward as far as I could go. Okay. Now I've got a second riser, which I told you about in my other video. Get this on eBay, I think, for $19. And I've already hooked that to this scope and moved it as far forward on there as I could. Now when I get ready to set this up on here now, what it's going to allow me to do is to tighten this thing up, is to get it in line and tighten it up. And it's never easy, but there we go. Is to get it on line and tighten it up to the point where I can, thought I had this set to go. Never do this Picatinny stuff, it's never easy. If I can get it on there, we're good. It's not going very well. I'm going to cut this and come back. Okay, there we go. So I don't need to. Okay, now all of a sudden you can see now that this scope is as far forward as almost I want it to be. I like to get it even with the barrel, to get it pushed that forward. But for the sake of this, you can push it forward as far as you want. Now the next is my next piece I'm going to need is from the plumbing department of any store. All it is a 1 1/4 inch. The number on it is P1056-125, and it's a plumbing thing that joins two pipes. Okay, I cut it down to a shorter piece because I don't need it this long. So I'm sliding that on, snugging it up. Once that's on, I've already talked about these cameras. I have two of these cameras now because I bought one for a friend of mine. I also have two of these Volvo lights I'll talk about. Bought it for a friend of mine. He never picked it up, so got two of them. I'll probably be setting up on something, but just keep it as a spare in case something breaks. But let me talk about these two cameras for a moment, okay? Because I talked about it in my video. I got two here. And the difference between these cameras is really just two things. The battery. The battery for this camera here, which is a Besteker, B-E-S-T-E-K-E-R, and they don't have any model numbers on them. So I don't know why it is, but they don't. it will take a small battery like this. You can buy these batteries for like $5 each. You get about 10 or 20 of them. The one that I like over here uses a bigger battery, but I can't find these batteries online anywhere. It happened to come with 2, so that seems to be enough for me for right now. Because I always be charging one while I'm taping. But anyway, once I get this on here, this is another part. I take this part and I glue it to the camera. You can see that in my video. And I've also taken the lights loose on here. This thing has IR lights on it. You don't want those gone because they're going to kill your battery. Glue it on here, and now this pops on here. Okay, and I'm ready to go. Now, the nice thing about this is when I open this thing up to actually start to shoot, and it comes up, I'm actually holding the gun. Now watch the position of the gun now that I moved everything forward. I can actually hold this gun right here, look at that thing, and shoot normally. But if it was back here by my eye, I could not do that. That's why, to me, moving it forward is very, very important. Now, lighting. The thing you have to do for the lighting is you're going to have to mount this. And you can do it one or two ways. You can get the scope mounts that already have a Picatinny on the top of them, which I don't have here. Or you can buy an extra one that just, all it does is fit onto the scope. It goes right onto the scope as an extra piece, so you can now mount the light on top of that, and that's your illumination. So I don't have the number for this, but you can find them on everything I have here I got from eBay. So basically, that is my setup for the night vision. I got the lighting system here, got the camera here, it's all ready to go. Everything is pushed forward, so now I can shoot it. Now all I need to do is go outside and zero this. I try to zero at 40 yards. Then I know what this gun shoots in terms of 50, 60, 70, and then under in terms of where to put the mil dots. So this is just a quick video to show you that it's time for me to move over to that. I'm going to be doing some more night visioning with this camera. Of course, you know this camera costs, I think it was $79, $89, maybe $100 with shipping. Works very, very well if you convert it, and you can see that in my other video on night vision. Let me talk about one more thing before I go. Now on my impact, one thing I love to do, I love to night shoot. I get up at time, luckily I'm in a spot, and this gun is quiet enough that I can just come outside at 2 in the morning, 12 o'clock, take this gun outside, hit this switch, turn this light on, and this light here is amazing. Again, I got this on eBay. I bought a bunch of lights before I got to it. Now all these lights are good, pretty powerful, but I found this one here at 40 yards was clear as heck, and I'll just take it off and tell you what it says on it, so that in case you guys out there might want to get one of these. It is the Hollyton, HOLLYTON XML-T6. Okay, this thing is very, very nice. It is very. I won't shine it to the camera because it's too bright. It'll mess the camera up. But this thing here is very nice. Now this mount came with another smaller one that I got, and so this mount worked. But you can get any mount to fit over the light because it would take a ½ inch, just as the ½ inch scopes take. So this thing here is very, very nice. I love it. It illuminates out to a good distance, and I'm able to do night shooting off my decks out to 50 yards with that early in the morning. And like I said, this got to be so quiet, and it's not a problem for anyone. Now, let me just say one more thing about night shooting. I don't like to turn this thing on all the time. This Evolver is a great system, but luckily it comes with rechargeable batteries, so you can recharge them. But what I did was I went online, and I got these already up outside, so when I close the video, I'll go outside and show you two, because they're two different ones. But I bought infrared lights that actually go out into the yard, and I bought one and they lit up really, really well. But I like to watch the deer and other things, So I got a second one. And I've also found on eBay a really cheap infrared binoculars used for about $200. So I can go to the window and look out there and see what's out there, if it's a deer, if it's raccoons or whatever it is, and watch them through the scope. So for me, that's a lot of fun. And I think I paid, most I paid for the lights, I think was $29 for one, and I think $19 for the other, for these two lights. And I'll go out there and show them to you, and show you how I have them set up, just so I can go and just be amused in the wintertime. I get tired of sitting in the house. So that's how my setup goes from summer shooting to winter shooting. And I'm gonna go outside and show you these lights, and then we're gonna close this. Look forward. I just got in my my compressor. I'm gonna be doing a video on that. I did some shooting this with this side shot, and I want to do a video on that sometime before this winter is over. So that's it. Let's go outside and look at those lights, and then we'll close this thing out. Thanks. Fortunately, it's getting dark now, but I wanted to show you this. This is what I paid $29 for, and it has 15 LEDs in it that are infrared. The thing is very bright. And the one that I have down here is only got, if I can get it in there, yeah, I got a light around it. I got some foil around it to make sure it goes out. This one here is only 8, so it's not quite as powerful as the one down there. This one was cheaper. I think this was $19. This one here, though, nice thing about it is it will run off of 120 volt, whereas the one down there runs off 12 volt. And as a result of that, you're going to have to get an adapter for it if you buy it. But you can pick those up anywhere. So that's my setup. I want to thank you for watching, and see you next video. Although I ended the video outside, I really wanted to come back in after I got everything set up and show you the final setup of the gun. You can see all of the things that work that I talked about. I've installed this top Picatinny mount on the top of the scope so that I get my light up here. I've stabilized this camera by building it up to a perfect level using some of this styrofoam that came with my pellet delivery that I got today. And now this gun is ready to go, and I'll be shooting it all winter. Generally I open the window and shoot out the window because I just don't like going outside, you know. So, love doing that. Let me just say 2 more things before I go. Someone asked what this white piece of paper is here. This white piece of paper here is my range. Okay, I have this thing set for 16 power and 8 power. 8 power for enclosed shooting, 16 power for shooting out. And these are all my mil dots. At 10 yards, it's 1.5 mil dots hold under, and it goes up from there all the way out to 70 yards, which is 1.5 mil dots over. Then down here at 16 power, I got at 10 yards is 2.5, and all the way up to 100, which is 4.5. So I know what my ranges are, what the drops are from my various pellets by taking a look at this little quick cheat sheet. And then when I'm hunting, that just corresponds to this wheel here, my focal wheel. This focal wheel will tell me all the way up to 70 yards. Once I focus in, I look at the side of this, look here, I know exactly where to shoot. Last thing I want to say is this: I'm done doing any type of reviews for the winter. Just won't be able to do them. Won't have access to guns anyway. Hope to pick that up again in the spring. But in the meantime, you know, I don't endorse many people, and I don't give them any shout outs. But I'm gonna give a shout out to this guy. If you do not, have you not subscribed to this guy here, then do it. I really respect him. He reviews guns fairly. He tells you all about it. He shoots them at various yards with various pellets, and he does excellent reviews. I think he's the best out there. You know, Ted has always been my hero because he got me involved in this and watching his hunting videos and that, and I've learned a lot from Ted. But in terms of guns and their availability and what they can do, right now, to me, this guy's the best in the game. So, just want to put a shout out to him. I subscribed to him a long time ago, and I decided that, hey, over the winter, if you're looking for a gun, and it's kind of hard to find someone that's done it, or you just want to look at a whole bunch of different guns that have been reviewed, this guy has tons of them. So with that, I'm gonna say goodbye. Thanks again for all your comments and for looking at my videos and for subscribing to my channel. And I hope to be doing some shooting videos during the winter. But as I said, no more reviews. Until the spring, I guess. In terms of reviews, that'll be it. Thanks a lot, guys.